Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Good grief. I don't know what is going on here. Stupid phone. Okay. We will try this again, but from another end. Let's see here. I keep on touching the part that restarts my phone. Oh, okay, let's see. I want to make sure I'm online here. Okay. I don't know why that's showing up sideways. Maybe if we do it this way. Let's see. This way. Or this way. You know, it's weird because it's worked every other time that I've done it. So, I don't know. Today it just wants to mess with me, I think. Let's see if I'm getting the right thing. Now it's upside down. That is really weird. Okay. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, I'm really struggling here, it seems. Let's see if it goes this way. See if this will work. I'm just looking here. Oh, here we go. But now I don't have the painting where I need it. Oh, gee whiz, hey? Okay, the way that I need the phone to go, it's not working. Oh my goodness. I don't know why this is so difficult today. Oh, I think I might have it now. Okay, that looks good. We won't touch it. So weird. So weird. Oh my goodness. Hold on, I gotta move this for a second and get my paper towel. Oh, yeah, I'm off to a good start. Put my paper towel in the paint. Okay. I'm going to use this template for, tells me where I need to paint, which will work well for me. I'm going to tape it so I can see where it is and I don't have to try to figure out what I did with it. There we go. Perfect. Okay, I think we're ready. Good grief. So sorry, you know, live things go wrong. Okay, so the first part I'm going to paint will be the blue. Now I'm going to make it darker. Just a little bit. We're going to do a bit darker so that way we can lighten up the spots that need to be highlighted and make sure the spots that need to be dark will be dark. I've got a small canvas here today. What is the weather like where you guys are today? If you're here in Fort McMurray, It is very, very nice for a change. We just came out of a deep freeze, and now everything is melting. So that's nice. I expect we'll be in another deep freeze before winter's over. The kids are out of school this week, so that's good that the weather is nice and sunny for them. They can get outside. Okay. I think I'm going to donate this one to the library. And it's just going to be a small one. 8 by 10. Oh, that's his arm. Okay. Just trying to figure out what that was. It's his arm. See, it's good to have a reference photo. Especially if you're tracing something and you might have made a mistake with not tracing something that you should have. Or adding something. I've done that before. Okay. Now I have to do this other leg here. Sorry, I have my plate in the way, or my palette, I should say. All I use for a palette is just like a styrofoam plate. I find the paper plates are no good. They absorb all my paint. So it ends up being just pointless. So I'll probably outline the Spider-Man. I'm not sure if I'll outline him in black. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Can't remember if I outlined my last one. Okay, I need his arm right here done. And then I think we can do the red. Okay. So like this part here is kind of like blue, which is really strange. I don't have the line done for that, so I'm gonna have to kind of improvise here. Okay. Okay, I think he's done with the blue. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. Oh, hang on. No, that's right. Okay. I thought I had to go down further with the hand, but I don't, or the arm. So I'm going to rinse off my brush, and now I'm going to do red. Oh, blue is hard to get out of a brush. There we go, finally. Okay, I'm going to do red, but I'm going to do a little bit darker. Just a touch of black. Don't put a lot in. So now I'm going to go all over his head. And I'm not worrying about the spider web marks because those are going to show through. If you want to trace over them, you can. It's a bit of work. You can either trace over with a marker, or you can trace over with paint, but you need a fine brush for that. And that's tedious work. Something that I don't want to do. I think I went over his eye too much. But that's okay because we're going to go over that with black. Okay. I think he's looking pretty cool so far. Now, if you want, you can use a bigger brush, but you have to be very careful you don't go outside the lines. You go sideways with your brush across the edges, which helps. See, I don't use very much black. Edge. Edge of my brush. So I'm turning it this way. Okay. And if you need to, you can add a little bit of water. Just be careful with that. Don't like barely dip your brush in water. And I would dab it off to on the paper towel to to make sure that you don't have too much. If you have too much water, your paint is going to end up like a water drip, and it's going to go all over your painting in places that you don't want it to go. But if you do it properly, it can help spread out your paint. Mix a little bit more. I think I put too much colors on here. Whoops, that's way too much. That's way too dark. We'll leave that for later because we're going to need to go darker in certain spots. I don't know if you noticed that the web markings are showing through really well. And all I used to trace this was a carbon paper. I got, I think it was like 100 sheets or more at Staples. So, and you can reuse the sheets to a certain extent, like, but you can reuse them. I do. I try to spare them along as much as possible, even though, I mean, it's not expensive to buy them, but I like to get as much out of them as possible. I mean, I could draw things, and that's how I started out when I started painting, but I'm not the best drawing artist. So I thought, well, at least if I trace it, I know I'm going to get exactly what I want. So that's what I do. And, whoops, I went a little bit too far out there. But painting itself is more than just painting that I'm doing right now. I mean, you have shading you have to take into account. Realism, depending on what you're painting, right? Oh, I gotta rest my hand for a second. It's going numb. I spent a lot of time doing animals, especially dogs. I love doing pet portraits. That's my favorite thing to do. So I spend a lot of time practicing to get better at it and to get more real. Try my hardest to challenge myself, right? And I think as an artist, that's what we should be doing. Challenging. Don't just stop at one thing. Or even if you are doing something that you love, like with me with dogs, I need to challenge myself to get to the point where I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I want. Or I want to learn something new about how to do fur, or something that I'm struggling with to do. So I keep practicing and I find out how to do things, different techniques. And I've come a long way since I first started. And I always wanted to do animals, especially dogs. I love dogs. Dogs and cats. But I never had confidence enough to do it. I tried once in the very, very beginning when I started painting first. And it turned out horrible. And I don't know if I've mentioned this story before. I might have. But it did not look good. So that was the first try. And I left it alone for a while. And I started again. I thought, no, okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my hardest. And the more I tried, the better I got. Until people actually wanted to buy my paintings. And they wanted me to do their dogs for them. So that's what I do. I do people's pet portraits for them. And now, I mean, don't get me wrong, I still have a ways to go. You never stop learning. And I hope that, if anything, you take that away from my tutorials, that you never stop learning. There's always something to learn. Always. I have a friend that says that if you stop learning, then that's the day that her life is over, because you never stop learning in this life. Never. Even as an adult, I tell the kids that I teach, I'm like, guys, never stop learning. I'm 51, almost 52, and I tell you, never stop learning. Okay, so now we're going to do some darker red here. We're going to do the shading. So this is going to be under his arm. And we're going to go, I probably should have started over here. We're going to do his leg right here, because that's under his body. And we're going to do here. Yeah, this brush isn't the best when you're painting over again. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a minute. I'm going to do black around his... Actually, no. I'm going to do white first, because if I put black on my brush, it might be a little harder to get out. Okay. I'm going to do white. I'm going to do white with a little bit of black, so like I'm making it grayish, but a very, very, very light gray. I did get red in there. Look at that. Light gray. And then we'll paint over that with white after, just to give them a little bit of depth. Rinse off your brush, and obviously I've got a few colors on my brush that aren't coming out. There we go. That's better. Now, the black, you have to be very careful with the black. So I'm using the side of my brush. If you want to use a different brush, go for it. Smooth it out a bit. Okay. There. It's not too bad. I'm going to switch brushes because that shading isn't going as well as I expected. So let's see what kind of brush I'm going to use now for that. I need something that is... No. I'll try this one. I'm going to try this brush and see how the shading goes. I have to mix up a little bit more because it's drying up on me. Ooh, that's dark. Okay. Yeah, this is a bit smoother. Yeah, it's also taken off the paint. That's what happens sometimes, hey? You get the paint coming off. I'm going to make that a little bit lighter. Right around here. Go. Okay. I'm going to dry that off because that's not working too well. Use my dryer. Okay, that seems to be dry. I'm going to try this one again, I think. There we go. I might have to do over his webs because you can't see it as well. Maybe when he dries. Okay, so now we're going to do the blue. I have to mix up a little bit of blue, dark blue. And we're going to go around here. Right under his arm. And right here. And around his knee. So it's not everywhere that you got to do it. Basically just where like you're gonna have shadows underneath. Right? Like right here. There's another spot. Now, I'm going to go a lighter blue. I'm going to use a little bit of white. Just a little white, just a little lighter. So, we're going to offset that other blue that we got there. Okay, I think what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to have a different brush. This one is a bit smoother. Try that and see if that works a bit better. There we go. That's what I was looking for. There we go. Perfect. So right here I need to do the black again, or else it just looks like a big lump. But it's easier to put down that first and then go over it with the black part or the darker part. You kind of got to get used to like where creases are. You got to think about where shadows would be. So, okay, we're going to let that dry for a second. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do the eyes. I'm going to make sure I got no blue in here. Holy, that blue likes to stay. Blue and red are like crazy. Okay. I'm going to go over the eyes now again. Whoops. You certainly got to watch what you're doing there. Okay, that's the eyes done. I think the black is okay. I'm gonna make sure that blue is out. Oh no, I gotta do the black, don't I? I gotta do the dark blue now, so that's much better. See? Much better. All depends on what kind of brush you use. But much better, much smoother. And then we're going to go like this. Oh, that one doesn't want to work for me. There we go. Now, about here is where we have the crease in his leg. And it's a little trying to see how big this should be. And then we have another one right here. And we have another one here. This part here is dark. And this here a little bit dark. Okay. Make sure I have this part here. And right here. Okay. So that is Spider-Man. Used to watch Spider-Man as a kid all the time. Before school. Oh, you know what? This is all like... Hold on. See if we can fix this. Because on my paper, it's saying that it's all like light. Even though I don't know why it would say it's light, but I've got them reversed apparently. So we will just do that. And then that. Okay. Okay. Now we'll do dark. And let's see if I can do that. This part right here. Okay, a little bit of dark. Okay. Really weird. Okay. And this part here apparently is dark. So that part is a little bit later, so we'll have to do that. Okay, we'll do that part. And this part here. There. Yeah. And this part's a little bit wider. Okay. I think that's it. I'm gonna let them dry before I like totally dry. Well, maybe. I'll be back in I think, hang on. Let me see. Said I had a, oh I do, black marker. Let's see. I'm gonna dry that really quick. Okay. I guess I'm going to go over him with black marker. Okay. Like I said, you don't have to, but it might work well. Okay, I have to pause for a minute, and I'll be back. Just give me 1 minute, people. I'm not sure how I pause this thing. Okay. I have to pick up my dog. Hang on 1 second. Oh dear. I'll be right back. I think I just heard him pull up there. Oh, no, maybe not. Okay, didn't hear them. We're good. Oh, I tell you, one of these days, I'll get used to these lives. Now, this is tricky. I think he looks pretty good when you trace him. This could take a while. Whoops. What? Yeah, it'd be alright if I could see. Oh. Now I see what I did. There we go. That's a skinny looking finger. Don't know. I think that's there we go. Okay. It's hard to see even with my glasses on, people. You can see I made a mistake there. Lots of people make mistakes. Gotta tell you, I make a lot. But that's okay. It's all part of it. One, two, three, four, five. He has 5 there, and I have no idea where the 5th finger is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I think I put 2 together. There we go. We'll do that. Improvise. Now I'm just going to do the outside of him first, just to see. Oh, he looks pretty decent. Go over his eyes. Whoops. Makes him look definitely neater. Okay. I'm going to go around this, I guess. Let me see. I forgot that part. See, the last Spider-Man I did, I didn't trace him at all. So, I don't know if I should trace the spider parts, spider web, spider parts. Oh my. I didn't do that part. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I think I have to fix that first before I do anything, because the red doesn't look that great. So I'm going to go over the red, but I'm going to make it a little bit lighter. The worst thing about this crimson red is that if you're making it lighter, it turns a bit of pink, and we don't want a pink Spider-Man. might have to go over his spider web part. Whoops. I don't know, he's looking kind of raggedy. I don't know, people. See, it's turning out a little pink. I want pink. Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to let him dry fully, and then I'm going to decide whether I should do his spider webbing. I think I'm going to end up having to do it. And then I'll do the background and I'll show you guys the results after. But there you go. There's your basic Spider-Man. And it's up to you if you would like to make him with his spider webbing on, or, you know, whatever. Totally up to you. I'm going to do that, I think, after. I'm going to make sure that he's all dry first. I think it looks pretty cool. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait and let him dry. Hoping that I get the spider webs right. I guess we'll see. I'm going to let you guys know. And if anybody has a comment about what I should put for color in the background, like, I want him to like pop out on the page. So anybody have a suggestion? I could leave him the way he is. Should I leave him on white, or should I put him in black, or I don't know, something? Let me know. Okay? Okay, that's it for today's tutorial. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm painting yet, but I will definitely have it posted before I do. Same time tomorrow, as far as I know. Again, I'll let you know if anything changes. Okay, great. Thanks for watching and joining me, and enjoy the rest of your day. Happy painting, people.